So if you would like to communicate with your co-parent in a way that is constructive and is not going to lead to conflict every single time you send or receive an email, you need to think about Bill Eddy's version of BIFF: brief, informative, friendly, and firm. And it sounds kind of simple, but it is game-changing. You should not be conflating issues. Make it brief. You want to make sure you lay out exactly what you need to say, but not over talk about it, not, explain why it's all so brilliant that you're saying this. Just give information. You want to be friendly and respectful, but then you also want to set up boundaries. So if you need a response to that by, Tuesday at 5 o'clock, say that. And, if it's a real tight deadline, maybe explain why you need that firmness. But BIFF, brief, informative, friendly, and firm. It is truly game-changing when it comes to co-parent communication. One of the things that is so important in co-parenting successfully is boundary setting. And sometimes you might be coming out of a marriage where maybe you didn't have good boundaries in your married relationship, and now here you are in this co-parenting setting and you're trying to set boundaries. So I don't mean to diminish how hard it is, and getting help from either a therapist or even a coach can be really helpful in teaching you how to set boundaries, but even more importantly, why you're setting them. The boundaries are not about the other person, they're about you. They're about what are you willing to deal with, willing to read, what are you tolerating, and the boundaries will keep you in the place you need to be so that you are your best self. And a simple boundary could be, you are not going to tolerate being cursed at on the phone when you talk to your ex. And you'd be surprised. This is a real thing. You might want to say, if you curse at me, I am going to hang up and we will talk at another time. Simple. You hang up. You don't have to get all mad and whatever. You have created a boundary. You have enforced that boundary in a calm way, moving on. One of the things that can happen, and it really happens pretty often, is when rules are kind of disparate in the homes. They might have different sleep schedules. They might have different homework expectation schedules, different food things, different, friends, like which friends can come over and play. And you don't get to control what happens in the other parent's home. You have your home, and your focus needs to be internally on what you're doing in your home. Are you creating an environment that is best for your children? Are you emotionally attuned to your children's need, their sleep schedule, their food needs, whatever the case may be? If your co-parent is over there doing other things and you feel like they are wrong or they are actually harming the child, this is a time to bring in a neutral party, a therapist maybe, a parenting coordinator, a co-parent coach, somebody who can help you address what your concerns are, but not in an accusatory way, but in a way of, how do we see this from the child's perspective? How is the child being impacted by ice cream for breakfast in one home and, eggs and bacon in the other home? Sometimes children aren't impacted at all. Other times it's a big deal. Knowing your child is super important, but bringing in a neutral third party is the best way to kind of help that situation without blowing up your co-parenting relationship. The best book on the market for co-parenting is The Co-Parenting Handbook by Karen Bonnell. She wrote an amazing guide for co-parents, and I cannot speak highly enough about it. And even if only you read it, ideally, both of you would read it, because then you'd have like a shared vernacular and you could go back to things and be like, oh, let's go back and check out chapter 4. We're kind of messing this up now. But if only you read it, you can bring so many of the good co-parenting skills just yourself. It really takes two people to be high conflict. You can do things and control some of the conflict just on your end. If you have any questions about issues around communication and how do you co-parent successfully, please reach out to us at Elise Bowie Family Law. It is one of the things that really I hold closest to my heart, is how do we as divorcing families keep our children front and center so that they are not caught in the middle of a conflict, but instead they're thriving.